What's up, guys? Stanley King Channel. Today we're up in Montana for a hell of a ride. You know, Las Vegas, where I live, 110 degrees. What do? Scorching hot, you can't ride. Your buddy Johnny Walker calls you. He says, hey, we're going up to Chris's house. Why don't you come up and ride dirt bikes? And I said, all right. I don't think I want to drive 14 hours, man. That's a long ways to go. Johnny says, hey, I loaded a brand new TE 300 Pro Husqvarna on the truck for you. What's your excuse now? And I said, well, I guess I don't really have one anymore. I'll fly up on Allegiant Airlines. And that's what I did. The funny thing is, they said when you get to the airport, there's going to be a turquoise Escalade. It's an older one in the parking lot. Take that. Here's the address. Meet us at the house. Well, I found the Escalade in the parking lot. Put the address in, and an hour and 15 minutes later, I ended up down at Chris's house. And there was Johnny Walker with that brand new TE 300 waiting for me. And he said, we're going for a ride today. And I said, okie doke, let's do it. And this is that ride. Felt pretty darn lucky to get out of the heat. And we immediately climbed into this range behind Chris's house. And the scenery just opened up. It was spectacular. I mean, the snow was here just a couple weeks before, and the boys wanted to go around this lake, get around this bowl, do this wild ride, and I'm scared of heights, and I thought, man, and I was watching these guys go up this hill here, and I thought, this is going to be a doozy when I ride up here, and I knew it. And look to the right there. That drops like at least 1,000 feet straight down. So it's not that I can't ride this stuff, because definitely it's hard enduro, it's fun, it's what I like to do, but man, getting close to that edge, when I can see you could die when you go off the edge, that's when I'm kind of out. I get the old pucker up factor, but man, we got up here and we had the plans to definitely get around this lake right here, and then we looked over this side, and you know, when we realized we couldn't get around over the cliffs to get around the lake, we made another plan to go down to that meadow, and that didn't work out. We got stuck down there in a cliff. Man, look at this. This is crazy.
What are we doing here?
Took us 2 hours to pull the bikes out of this mess we were in. Between the 5 of us, we got all the bikes back out. And then we proceeded to go back down the hill with our tail between our legs. But we knew, all right, rolling down through the fields. Chris knows this area like the back of his hand. And he's an explorer too, so he was trying to cut some new trails, so I'll give him that. But he got us down into the meadow, and man, this trail that opened up was just gorgeous, spectacular. Some of the most beautiful trail I've seen. And if you get towards the end of the video here, you gotta watch this. This is so cool. It looks like Switzerland. Once upon a time, I used to live there, and I just was...
That's where we were earlier.
Look at that. That's where we were up there. Isn't that crazy? It doesn't look like that much on a GoPro, but that's like 2,000-3,000 feet straight up. But he got us on this. This is called Tobacco Roots or something like that. I can't remember, but man, it was just gorgeous riding through the streams and the little single track, and what a trail. I never thought we'd see anybody, not in a million years out here, and we actually ran into a group, which was kind of cool. There they are right there. But this is where this is where it got really good. Look at this. I couldn't even believe the single track. I was like, wow, this is awesome. So somebody had cut this in, and it switchbacks up and up and up the hill for us to be able to get up to the top where we were on the back side of that earlier cliff and ledge we were on. So so we could get around that other valley and that other lake. And I just, you know, rolling up here, this is so hard because you're riding this great bike. You're looking at this terrain, everything's just magic, and you got to look at those views too. And when you take your eyes off the trail, that's not a good idea either.
Oh, that was incredible.
Yeah, crazy. But we just kept going up and up and up. That's the highest point I think you can get right there. Corey wanted to be higher than anybody, so
Crazy.
he pulled that off. And then we started to ride around the hill over here, and this was kind of sound of music kind of stuff. If you were forced to sit in a room with your sister when you were a kid, you had to watch Sound of Music. You know what I'm talking about. But man, we went across these snow drifts, through fields, creeks, rivers. Right here I actually ran out of water, and that made me pretty nervous because there's a giardia sometimes in mountain water, but I grabbed water out of the waterfall and hasn't eaten my brain yet as far as I know. But man, we got up and then we realized, wow, we're shut out again. So we had to take off on the complete opposite side of the mountain. And I heard the word kerfuddle, which I don't think I've heard before, but I knew that meant that we had kind of messed up. But the cool part was we dropped off this side of the mountain and went down just on gorgeous trails, and this popped out. So the beautiful thing about this video is this is the kind of the end part of this ride, but I've got a bonus ride at the end of the video here for you. So if you made it this far, here we go. The boys riding out. Yeah, back to Chris's place. But here, check this out. Lucky you, you get a bonus ride today. So we went on another ride up behind Chris's house, and let's just say there was a little bit of down timber, a little log jumping. I'm not used to this riding in Vegas because we don't have trees, but these guys have taught me pretty well how to jump trees and ride stuff. But this was like, we went up to this mine, really cool, and got up to this miner's cabin, and this guy was going to town on this hill up here. And the boys wanted to go up this thing. This was like Monster Mountain. I couldn't believe how steep this thing was. I looked behind me after going up, and it was like looking down an elevator shaft. And I got up about, I don't know, maybe a third of the way with my buddy Johnny. And then 3 of the other guys went all the way up. But Johnny and I went back down, and there was a old mine operation with like a chairlift thing with carts to bring the ore off the hill.
This is about my pay grade.
It's just impressive. I can't imagine back in the day the miners living there, but God, the places we get a ride. This was, again, this is the Montana ride. Man, I was lucky to do it. All right, I got to wrap it up. We're already at the end, so please subscribe to my channel if you're subscribed. Great having you back. Guys, we'll see you out on the trail. Take it easy.